Have it under control, kind of. All right, my tools. Good morning, I'm Claudia with Claudia's Door Decor, and today I'm going to basically show you all how I turn this pool noodle into a floral chandelier. I'm working on my daughter's fall wedding, so that is what is going on currently. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, except for how much it would cost to make it, because I have all the tags ready to price out, but I have not done that yet. But I did say yesterday that I would be live, so that is what we're doing. I have cut out all the flowers. All the flowers are cut out, ready to go. So let's see what we can create. I got the wisteria from our friend Mike. That is what we're using over here. The goal is to, what you do on one side, you do on the other. And remembering that not a lot of glue is not necessary. You'll start to see this tilt a little bit because I did make one already. This is my second attempt at making a floral chandelier. I want to make sure I put this in facing out. We also have to remember that a lot of this is mostly going to be seen from the bottom and from the sides. Whew. But I did cut everything out already. Already got everything cut, because if not, we would be here literally all day. And that is not the hope nor the plan for my Saturday. All right. Hopefully everybody's having a fabulous day thus far. Make sure, hi. That's the wrong way. Good morning. Hello, hello. The camera that I have that I'm using over on Facebook actually does follow me. So that's why you see movement. I have one of those devices that allows the camera to follow where I go. So there's no exact science to this that I know of. I'm sure the professionals would tell you differently, but this is amateur hour for me. I'm amateur for designing floral chandeliers. But what makes a professional? A professional is somebody who has done this over and over and over again, correct? Let's turn this around. That in front. So my daughter, when she asked me to do this for her, my initial thought was, I haven't really explored that much in florals. Like, I've dabbled for sure, but I am good, Miss Liz. I am good. I'm hanging out in the flowers. This is what we're doing. We're doing a floral chandelier. My husband helped me engineer the noodles so that there is a wire inside to hold the shape. Can you see what I'm doing? It's a floral chandelier. I've already made one. And it's over there. So I decided that I would go live and create one with you all, and then I'll have one more to do. So I'm making 3 total. So yeah, you'll see me literally living in the flowers while I make this. Hi, Sarah. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you can see it. I'm also on the Facebook page. Hi, Barbara. So I'm on TikTok and Facebook right now, trying to give you guys an inside peek to the creation of a floral chandelier. My husband will be putting lights, as these will be decorating. We're decorating a campground pavilion. That is where my daughter is having her wedding. So this will be among a lot of draping. Thanks for sharing me out, friend. As you can imagine, lots of glue webbies. And as long as they're glue, I'm good. Any other kind, I am not a fan of. All right, let's see. Miss Barbara, I hope you're having a good day. So when you jumped on, you probably saw me and were like, what the heck is she doing? Living in the flowers. Isn't that what everybody does when they're creating? Don't you all live in the flowers? All right. We did 12. I want to be sure that everything is spaced well. And this is how I've been able to count. Is I put a clip on one and then I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think the sun's trying to come out here. I don't know how the weather is for you, but it's been interesting here. And just like anything else, because if you don't like something, you need to pull it out. You can do this as well. Okay. Is it making you dizzy watching me? Because I can spin this. My husband has this on a pulley system, so I can spin it. Makes it a lot easier. Like I already made one, so it didn't make me dizzy. I actually enjoyed making it. It's got my creative juices going, you know? So everything that we learn about how to design a wreath, the same applies to creating this. You do it in layers, and you make sure you add greenery to fill. It's the same thing. You think it would make you dizzy? I'm not spinning around. This is spinning around. Could you imagine? There's no way I could. I'm not even like good with any type of spinning rides. So no, that would be bad. So this would be similar to like creating your, on a wreath base where you frame it out. This is the same thing. The wisteria is what's framing it out for me. Step out of this for a minute. And the camera's going to follow me on Facebook. Okay. Again, I'm going to use my clip so I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. That's what I needed. I needed 12. I have a finished one. I just haven't, I had this one moved and the other one hung over there. So I will definitely be sharing pictures of everything when I'm done. Okay. All right, so next is going to be all the eucalyptus. No, it's not. It's actually this stuff. I thought about it and I'm like, wait a second. Oh, this is what I was missing. The eucalyptus comes after this. And I don't even know what this is called. It was something that Lindsay of Carnation Creations taught me about, and I have been obsessed with it since. It's this. It's like a curly green. It's like a curly green. It's really pretty. But I like the texture of it, and it looks really, really good when you look up. Anybody want to clean me up of all these glue strings? Hi, Rosie. I've got two platforms going right now, my friends, so bear with me. All right. So with this stuff, I came underneath and in between. Okay. How are we doing over here? All right. Like I said, most of it you're going to see from the bottom. I guess the clip has it as a starting point, so that works. Too bad I don't have a moderator in here because apparently somebody wants to take care of everybody's bills. I don't trust that, by the way, guys. Do not trust that. That is spam. That is spam. Let me go ahead and... Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you, but no. There we go. All right. Huh? Let's see. There we go. All right. Goodness. I'm a wreath maker, guys. Why am I getting spammed? Know your audience. Know your audience. I'd like to think that my people aren't gullible. I'd like to think that. Now, as a designer, have you all noticed that with each thing that you do, when you do it again, you learned from your previous piece, so you kind of adjust, right? Because my hope is not necessarily to make twins, but definitely keep it in the same family. Definitely keep it in the same family. Because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves that everything has to be matchy, and it doesn't. Because think about it, with real flowers, because you're at the mercy of having real florals, nature, right? So treat your faux florals the same, because that way it looks more natural. If everything looks matchy, then I think it looks more unrealistic. So, yeah. So I've been learning a lot about florals and what they should look like, and that nothing grows straight, and that nature's always kind of wild, right? So with that, you need to incorporate that into your designing, because the more you make it look like, hey, that looks more natural because it's not perfectly straight. Like, pay attention to those things and go with it. Perfect is too hard, says Barbara. Perfect is not attainable. If you think about it, perfect is unattainable. You can do your best. You can absolutely do your best, but perfection, That's not even a real thing. So be mindful that your best is good, and practice makes better. Think about it. Fine motor skills. You had to learn those as a child. Writing. If you don't write, you lose the ability to write. Did you guys know that? If you don't continue writing, you can actually lose your ability to write. I learned that from a friend of mine who is caring for her elderly parent, and she said she never realized that the things that her mom did often and practiced a lot, she can still do. But the things that she didn't do, because mind you, technology, I think a lot of people like even use their phones to take notes and all of that kind of stuff. I'm still a pen and paper girl, right? You didn't know that? Yeah, I've the things that I've learned. So be mindful. Be mindful of the things that you want to hold on to. You guys have heard that music is very therapeutic for the elderly. For those that have any type of cognitive issues, music is great. I'm glad that didn't hurt. That could have been BAD. All right, hold on. Let me get that situated again. I got a little ambitious with my bendy bends, but this is one of those that locks in like a Lego set. All right. So yeah, as I'm aging and getting older, I'm realizing the things that I want to be able to continue to do as I get older. So multiplying in your head. How many people still do that? Justin! How many people still multiply in their head? I mean, we learned it as kids, but do you still use that? Don't lose it, guys. Don't lose it. I need to find people to speak Spanish with, because I've noticed that my Spanish, because I don't speak it enough, I'm losing it. I understand it, but speaking it, goodness, I need to find people to speak conversational Spanish with. You speak Spanish, Liz? ¿Hablas español? Because I don't want to lose my language. Yeah, see, I don't want to lose it. Spanish was my first language. I went to kindergarten not speaking any English. My dad made it important for us to speak Spanish in the house. Perfecto, I got it. I got it. Just enough. You still speak Spanish, Carly? Hey, Kelly. All right, Barbara, have a good day. Oh, Justin's been over on Facebook too. He's on Facebook. He said, hey, hey. He came over to TikTok and said, hey, hey. Thanks, Justin, for the support. All right, so wisteria. Oh, yeah, I'm Colombian. Soy colombiana. So, yeah, nope, I'm Hispanic. My mom is American, and I was born in Colombia. All right, so remember, we're twisting this stuff up, making sure that it looks al natural. Because this is our filler. Yeah, my grandfather was in the Navy, and he was stationed in Colombia. So when my mom was 5, that's where she lived. That's where she grew up. So she was a gringa of all gringas. So she grew up speaking just Spanish and lost her English. My Spanish is more like Tex-Mex. Multiply in my head. See, that's I'm trying to keep up. Carly, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Guys, my friend Carly of Flamingo Street Designs, so proud of that lady. She made a flamingo coloring book, and it's on the Zon. Oh, and it's the cutest thing ever. Mine arrives tomorrow. Mine arrives tomorrow, and I cannot wait. That just goes to show you guys your creativity can span multiple places. Don't limit yourself. So proud of my friend. Check her out. Flamingo Street Designs. All right. All right, you see it coming together, guys? You see it coming together? Just wait till the flowers go in. That's when Claudia goes, I love this. Marisol, hi, honey. How are you? Oh, you're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Is the fan too loud? Kind of have you guys really close to the fan on Facebook. I don't mean to, but if this girl doesn't have a fan, she gonna be crying. Yay, good. Carly, I will shout, I told you, I will shout you from the rooftops, my friend. You are such a supporter of this community and such a good person to have as a friend. And I always support those that are in our community. So, Carly is also part of my Crafted Collab network and is such a precious individual. Her smile makes you smile. You can't help it when you see her coming and she's smiling at you. And she's funny. All the things I like in my friends. So, yep. All right. You gotta have people around you guys that clap for your wins. It's important. So I just realized that I didn't finish cutting all of the eucalyptus, so I will be doing that. Hi, Miss Candy. I don't mean to make you cry, Carly. I'm just speaking from the heart, friend. See, that's sad. I shouldn't be making you cry. You should just be saying, yep, that's my girl. We got each other. We got each other in this crazy life. We got each other. Doing this hard stuff that's called business. Gotta have good people in your corner. Even if you're making people dizzy, right, Liz? And I'll be back on the inside of this when I start putting in the flowers on the inside, because when you're looking at it from the bottom, up, that's what you see. You see the inside. So you got to make sure to be mindful of that. I've actually dropped my camera a few times on the ground just to see how it looks from the bottom up. So there's that. There's that. All right. And again, things grow wild in nature. So it may not look symmetrical to us, but it's a natural thing, right? We're going with nature. So shout out to Kevin for doing such a great job with making my vision as far as how I wanted to hang this so that I could work on it and it wouldn't be difficult. Now we got to be fancy with how we transport. So that'll be interesting. So if anybody wants to, brainstorm that with me, how am I going to get this from point A to point B? The more I do this kind of stuff, I understand why a lot more people aren't in this and doing this stuff. Because first, you have to have a bride or a couple that knows exactly what they want. Like, no hem-hawing. Like, this is not the time to hem-haw about what you want, right? This is the time to be decisive. Be decisive. Know exactly what you're looking for and what you want. Fortunately for me, when my daughter started sharing what her hopes, dreams, desires were for her wedding, I could show her things and tell her, hey, I think this is a good idea. I think that this will work for what you're looking for. Or what do you think of this? But most of it has been Claudia getting out of her head and her comfort and doing things that I haven't done before. I've never made a floral chandelier before. The first one that I made, it's over there. I had never done this before. But I'm not afraid. It's either going to work or it's not, right? And then you pivot. It's either going to work or it's not. And Miss Carly over there with her happy tears. I hope your week was good, friend, and that you learned a lot, because I have missed you. All right. Let us do that. So there is, okay, got it. There is a method that I'm using so that I am putting the right quantity to kind of give it a cohesive look. I am putting things like one of these between two of the wisterias, but then two between these of the eucalyptus so that it kind of looks cohesive. And you won't know unless you try, right, Liz? Absolutely. You don't know the things that you're capable of doing unless you try. I mean, think about it. If we didn't keep getting up and walking every time we fell as infants, we'd all be crawling around still. And that's a fact. If you think about it, life kind of teaches us the lessons that we need to keep carrying forward, right? And what do they say about when you're potty training kids? What is the saying? They won't go to college in diapers, so don't worry about it. Oh, Carly, thank you. She said she thinks that what I'm making will be stunning as she knows my work. I appreciate that so much. So much. Like I said, I'm encouraged by the last one that I made. The first one that I made. I was not going to make the first one live. That wasn't going to happen. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I know that when I go live, There are times where I'm designing and something isn't exactly working the way that I want it to. And I'll continue designing just to finish the design instead of stopping and reassessing. So I didn't want to do that with this. I knew that I wanted to just create it and let it be. You know what I mean? Where is this place going to be? Where is this piece going to be placed? I have 3 total, Wendy. I have 3 total, and it's for my daughter's wedding. So it's going to be in a campground pavilion. And this is actually the second of 3 that I'm making. So this is number 2. Yeah, there's things that I have to do to keep my sanity, for sure. I've learned. You know, when you learn, you do better, you do different, you do better. Don't mind me. All right. So my house is currently, as you can imagine, being taken over by a wedding. And my goal is to have all the pieces that are for the wedding completed by the end of this month. Because, you know, there's always other things that come up, but her wedding is in September. I've got to finish the bouquet, the holder part of the bouquet. I need to make the wrap for it. Hi, Miss Martha. Hey, Kev. Can you do me a favor? The camera that's sitting on my desk, can you ever so slightly, so that you keep but so they can see me more, where I'm placing. No, that one.
This one.
And you should be able to see the picture. No? There.
Better?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, you can put your comments back now.
Thank you.
Is this one following you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that one's following me on Facebook.
That one's kind of cool.
Yeah. I got that one following me, and then I can see the comments, like, over there.
Gotcha.
So.
Oh, you guys should see how she's got this. This is like. This is
impressive? Like, are you impressed?
This is high tech.
Is it impressive, honey?
We got cameras moving. We got 2 different chats, 2 different feeds.
Huh. Oh, and we got glue dripping.
And we got glue dripping.
Yeah. Not on my toes, thank goodness. Okay. Gotta be mindful of that too. Went the wrong way. So Wendy, my bride called right after I asked where this was going, so I missed the answer. It is going in a campground pavilion. Thank you, Liz. I love when our friends answer for me because they know. Love it. Thank you, Miss Liz. Yeah, I'm excited to take pictures and videos of everything. Kevin's got to build the arch, but he made a good point this morning when I asked him when that was going to happen. he actually told me, he's like, we need to figure out where we're going to store it. I'm like, you are so right. You are so right. You're doing a wedding in October? Awesome. So this is a complete and total DIY wedding. Complete and total DIY wedding. And it's outdoors. So we have to buy the draping that goes above. And then she was thinking that she wanted vines. I need to get another thing of eucalyptus. So it's been like going to the area, measuring, to see what's doable, figure out outlets, all the things, because we have to light it too. So Kevin is going to incorporate lights into these chandeliers. That's a him question. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he will be handling that. I'm grateful I don't have to think about it. All right, so that's the filler. And then I did put 4 of these around on the outside. Yeah, we were talking about it at the retreat, at Candy's retreat, about how wedding rental, like stuff to rent for weddings, is an untapped market for faux floral rental. And I think Heather of Velvet and Vines is actually doing rentals. I just don't have the storage for it currently. Hey, Miss Angel. Come on. I did it. So it's guys, whenever you're doing what we do, there are so many ways our businesses can go. Think about it. Imagine your summertime being filled with weddings. And that's what you do. You just install for weddings. Because right now, this piece is ready to add whatever the colors are for that bride's wedding. Like this would be the base. Right? It's all white and it's all green. It's all white and it's all green. So that's a good base. So you would start with that. Now we're going to start adding the color. And I'm doing one floral type at a time. We are starting with the rust orange roses. These came from Creek Road Designs. We don't have to worry about the top too much because the top isn't going to be seen. Does anybody else like working in layers? Layering your flowers in, your greenery in, layering everything in. Liz, is this less dizzy for you now that I'm working on the outside? Everything's going in at an angle because I don't want everything puncturing through the back of the pool noodle. Not that it would matter, but then I have to focus more on covering that up. This one might have been a little too long. But we make it work. Again, we're not working for perfect, right? We're not doing this for perfection. We're doing it for making it look as natural as possible. Yeah, cutting it definitely made a difference. All right. The stems might be a hair too long. Like I said, my husband did a fantastic job putting this on a pulley system, and I can rotate it easily. He reminded me that the other one that he put up for me, because I already made one of these, he's like, this one doesn't spin. I'm like, okay. And the reason why I don't have music on right now is because I am both on Facebook and on TikTok, and I will be reposting this to my YouTube. Because when I was looking to figure out how to do this, when I tell you, there wasn't many videos out there that I came across. There were a lot of like a few second videos, like shorts that I found, but nothing that talked about like how to do this, how to put it together, nothing like that. So I was like, you know what? I think other people might enjoy doing this. It's definitely something you can offer, and you can do this for anything. Like if you're celebrating a big birthday, you can make one of these to hang for the birthday. I jokingly told my daughter, I'm like, where are you going to hang one up in your house? You're going to put it right over your bed? It was a joke. That's not an expectation. All right. Pretty, pretty. All right, next flower is the burgundy peonies. These are also from Decor Designs. They're gorgeous. This is for my daughter's wedding. These are for my daughter's wedding. The second use for them is to be determined if there is one. But these are the burgundy peonies. Yeah, so this is for my daughter's wedding. This is the second one that I'm making. And then I have one more to make. Yeah, everything that I have been doing lately has been for this wedding. So I have been working in fall for quite a bit now. So I kind of understand when people like say, hey, I've been working in this season forever. Now what? I kind of understand that. Ooh. Now, my hope is that by you watching this, I know every designer does things differently, that it inspires you. It inspires you in a way that you think, hey, you know what? I could probably try my hand at something like that. Because like I said, I didn't see many videos on this type of stuff. And I'm like, this is a missed opportunity, I feel. Have you ever accidentally fallen into something that you're like, hey, this is an untapped market? Because I can picture this for baby showers, bridal showers, just all kinds of. You're thinking? Welcome back, Carly. I'm telling you, all of these things, all of these celebrations that families have, it just elevates the experience, right? So it just elevates, it dresses up a room, right? Sometimes that's all you need is just a little bit of flowers to dress up a room. I'm going to leave these to add in after I add these. These I found at the retreat, Jam Designs. quite literally brought nearly her entire warehouse. And it wasn't until the last day that I came across these, because I told myself I really need cream florals. And when she brought these out, I about fell over. They're gorgeous. Why are we dusting it, Liz? All you have to do is like blow, like take a, you can blow it. These are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes, they are beautiful. Beautiful. I was like, that's it. I'm buying them all. I bought the 2 boxes they had. Like, I need those. I absolutely need those. So I was very proud of myself, though. I was so intentional about how I was shopping. I didn't overdo it, but I knew exactly what I was looking for. And I got that. Like, I bought what I was looking for. Mind you, we went in my husband's car, and we did pack his car. And then he looked at me and he goes, we should have brought the van. I'm like, then I would have just bought more. Like, I would have just bought more. And, you know, that's not the purpose. That's not the purpose. Again, the idea is not to be perfect. The idea is to be in nature. So there's going to be a lot of stuff getting filled. And then I will be going on the inside of this thing and making sure that the view from the bottom is just as good as the view from the side. I think my husband said that these would be hanging 8.5 feet from the ground. We checked. There's no 9-foot attendees coming, so we're good. All right, Miss Angel, have a good day. All right. All right, we made it all the way around with those. There's a lot of filling to do. Once you get all the main buds in, then you're going in and you're filling it with smaller things. This is the next floral we're going in with. Here's this one. Super cute. And Carly's going to go get chores done. Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally get it. Totally. You like that, Liz? All the colors are complement each other. Trying to see what this is rubbing up against because I'm hearing some clattering, but I'm not sure. What are we thinking so far? Are we liking this? That went straight through to the other side. So we need to fix that. There we go. Good. I'm so glad, Miss Liz. So glad. My hope is that no matter which side you look at this on, you're going to see something, a different cluster, a different color, a different something put together. Because I did not at all expect that all of these, because there's 3 of them, would look the same. There's just no way. I would have to make them all at the same time. And I don't know about you guys, but my space is limited, and my husband's willingness to put holes in the ceiling is limited as well. So, I mean, if it were up to me, I'd have stuff hanging from the ceiling all over in here, but yeah, my husband's not a fan. So, we go with what we've got. We go with what we've got. And it's all good. It's all good. All right. The next pieces I have going in are going to be fun. Go in sideways. That'll work. All right. So now we've got to go add some visual interest. So stuff that isn't just a floral bud. Kind of hangs out a little bit further than the design. Just some fun pieces. Pulling those all out now because everything else that I have going on here is going in the middle. Big to the small. You always want to have different textures, different interests, different things going on. Water. I need water. All right. Now for the fun stuff. See, there's pieces like this. And then there's pieces like this. Oh, the camera just went wonky on the Facebook. Sorry about that, guys. So this will add some different visual interest into the design and help with the filling of space. Liz, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I think you've been here since the beginning. I appreciate that. Let's see if I can. They also have the little buds, like this one. Some valuable real estate. And I'm not worried about all the wispies because a blow dryer on low heat will clean all of that right up. So we are good. Remember, we said nature does not grow straight. So wherever we can bend and manipulate our pieces so that they have some kind of movement is important. This camera really on Facebook, I am so sorry. It just likes to it just likes to move. There we go. Let's see if that's better. It's still just focused on me. Learning new pieces of equipment. I know my camera's moving, honey. I got one of those moving so that it looks like I have a cameraman, but I don't. So you're welcome. She's so funny. Daddy's like, hey, camera's moving. Yep, it is. You know, because I've reached that state in my business where, you know, I need a camera crew. You know how it goes. I need something in there. Let me see what I have in my bag of tricks. That will work. Liz, if you get a chance, you should go look at the camera on Facebook. It's kind of funny. It moves everywhere I go, so it follows me. And sometimes it just goes rogue, like right there. It just went rogue. Alright, I need some more burgundy danglies. These are my burgundy danglies. There, see, it's going rogue again. You know why? Hold on. I know why it goes rogue. This is in the way, and it's seeing these poles. That might help it go less rogue. Let's see if that does anything for it. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy, Debbie. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Going to Facebook? Yeah, you got to see the moving camera. It's kind of hilarious. It's kind of funny. I mean, funny to me, not so much, not so funny for those that are trying to watch, I don't think, but you know, I'm amused. She's like, camera's moving. I mean, you get the real like view of like everything that happens, right? Because a lot of people only see the finished result, but they don't see everything that it took to get to that finished result. It's keeping up with me now. I might need to put it on something, like lift it a little bit. Maybe it'll do better. Let's trust some, you know, handy dandy deluxe ribbon to be the, how's that? Maybe it'll do better now. It's a little bit higher. And thank you for being part of my focus group today. Because it's my first time using the rotating device. It's shaking. A little bit shorter. Hello, Elizabeth. Actually, when somebody says hola, I should say hola back. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Feliz sábado. All right. You know, though, I do appreciate that this is after months and months and months of this living in my head, like the planning of all of this, seeing it come together. There's something that makes you feel accomplished just in that piece, is where you know that you planned for it, you know that you that piece looked good, and I wish I had more of those pieces, but I don't. Just the planning part of it. Like, I know that there are suppliers that I basically bought tons of florals because I needed to know that I had enough to make all these pieces, because I am doing centerpieces. I'm doing 60 centerpieces, 20 large, 40 small, to go on a tablescape, to make the tablescape that my daughter wanted, or what she showed me she was inspired by and what she wanted it to create and look like. So having to figure out all the flowers for said pieces to make sure that everything would come together and that I would have enough. It just took a lot of planning. It took a lot of planning. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we have wonderful suppliers in our community. That had everything I needed to make this all happen. So it also made me understand more why people that do what we do, like buy as much as they do when they buy it. It's because if they're doing multiples, guys, stuff goes away. Like when people say this is the last I have of this and the supplier's out, that's it. There's no more. So that's why they do what they do. It's not to be inconsiderate, but it's because of necessity. It's because they need it. So be mindful of that whenever you are shopping. If you know that you're going to be making several of something, be sure that you get what you need and know that that might be it. I will be keeping, yes, I am repurposing all the flowers, yes. I told my daughter that was our deal. I don't mind doing it, but I am repurposing all of it. So basically she had the choice of color. I basically had the choice of the rest. Of what kind, what style. But she's thrilled, so it worked out. She loves everything that we have chosen, so no problems there. I could not imagine charging her for this, if that makes any sense. Because a lot of the stuff I'm using is Real Touch. You know? All right, let's see. I'm going to go on the inside. Inside's next. And whatever is left, I will come back to the outside. But yeah, I can make some fabulous fall floral designs with this stuff. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. Pull what I have for the inside. I think I'm going to have to get more cream, and that's fine. Also remembering that I have florals to do for the arches. I still have the arches to make. And then I have to finish the centerpieces. I'm three quarters, maybe 2/3 of the way done with those. And then I think that's it. And I already figured out how to transport everything as far as the centerpieces are concerned. So I'm glad about that. And then her bouquets and her bridal bouquets are done. As far as like the flowers are concerned, I still have to do the handle part, the wrapping of the handle. Still need to do that. And then, gosh, can I almost be done? And one more of these. I do have to do one more of these. All right, so in here, all my flowers need to face down. You can guess why. All the flowers are going to be seen from the bottom. So we got to make sure that the flowers face where people are going to see them. It's all these logistics and things that you have to think about whenever you do these type of pieces, because nobody's really going to see the top at all, but they will absolutely see the bottom. Can you see me? This isn't over here. Hey. There we go. You know what? I could probably move the Facebook camera so it's in here with me. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Facebook, hold on. Let me see if I can. How's that view? Is it bad? Hold on. Let me see if I can bring you in here. How's that view? Not so good. I'm trying. I am working on wedding stuff, Debbie. I'm working on a floral chandelier. That wasn't so good. The way that I thought it would look in my head isn't what transpired, so I had to move you back. But yes, this is the wedding chandelier. This is what will be hanging in the pavilion. 3 of these will be hanging kind of like a focal. And then we're draping. The draping is all in ivory. Come back over here, camera. Come back over here. Can we stop you? Let's stop you right there so the camera's not moving right now. That way. All right, let's see. Got one behind me. I'm actually looking forward to doing one more after this because I only have to pull out what I don't need to use for the arches. Like I'm going to pull out all the flowers that I absolutely need for the arches, but then after that I can fill all of the flowers I want. Because they all have a job. All these flowers have a job. And how sad would it be if they didn't fulfill their floral purpose? Right? I mean, they were bought for a reason. And this is their floral destiny. All right, let me see. I'm going to bring you kind of in. There you go. Now you can see. On Facebook, I'm sharing what the inside looks like right now. So from the bottom, you kind of get a view of what it'll look like. And now I just got to add the color. You went on a journey. All right. Oh, okay. So I put the big pieces in first because obviously that'll be the main big flower that'll be seen. And then I'm adding in all the other color around the main. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight to at least my design process with this. No rhyme or reason. Didn't copy anybody because Lord knows I had a hard time finding people to see how they did it. So a lot of it was trial and error. A lot of it was figure it out, take what you know, and go from there. If that makes any sense to anybody, if you're one of those people that does things really well on their own, that's just basically, you just figure it out. You take the concepts and you go from there. Where's Claudia? Right here. How you doing, friend? Doesn't it look funny, though? It looks so funny with me in here. But this will all be a memory. I'll be like, hey, remember when? Remember when I did that? I was in the flowers. I did that. Yep. I was in it. But this whole experience has grown me, like as a designer, it's grown me in ways that I never expected. Like I knew that I needed more, I needed to work more with flowers to get comfortable. Because that's the only way to do it, by the way, friends, is the only way to get comfortable with a style or design, you have to work with it. Right? So that's how you, and then the other thing that surprised me was the amount of florists that I now watch. People that work with real flowers, they have the best tips on how to do things. They're fantastic. Highly recommend. All right. Over here, let's spin. If you have a handy person in your life and you can have a pulley system to hang whatever you're working on, if that's what you need, guys, this is going to be a game changer for me as far as certain things that I haven't tried yet, because I'm like, I need to see it differently. I need to see it either over or whatever. I'm like, this is going to be a game changer. Helps me see the back of my wreath. So I'm excited. Be on the lookout for things to come with Claudia's Door Decor. You just never know where she's going to end up. Could be inside of flowers. So fun. All right. For those that are watching still, all of the burgundy and orange florals are in. So we've got the cream. Oh, I'm going to get out of there for a second. Okay. So to recap and get some air on me. To recap, we have the cream florals, The burgundy and the orange are inside. So here's a spin of the outside. That you won't see all the gaps and stuff. This is just the beginning. So I will be adding different things based on what is needed. So that will be happening. I can't wait to see the venue with all your creations. Yeah, me too. Me too. Like I said, it all looks really great in my head. Here's an example of the large centerpiece. Let me see. There we go. The large centerpiece for Facebook. Maybe I can get it up there. Maybe. There we go. And then the small one. And then there'll be another small one on the other side. And it'll be across the tables. Oh. Anyway. I'm trying, Liz. I'm trying. I'm dodging hot flashes and claustrophobia in the middle of the flowers. I'm good. This is great. This is the reality of all things creative. It's not perfect by any means. This is literally a labor of love. A labor of love. Okay. So now on the inside, our next piece to get in there is going to be these, and I think I need another one of these, but these are so pretty. So pretty. I need to transform this pavilion into a fairyland. That's the goal. I have everything unseparated. I need to remember that I need to replace people like this and this one. And I can improvise because I can't find them right now. Oh, you know why? Because we're in here. Thanks, Callie. I need those. Here we go. Got it. Got it. Found it. All right. Here we go. Got them. I got them. These are from TCT Crafts. And the flowers, most of the flowers that I use for all the centerpieces are from TCT Crafts as well. I found them. I found them. Let's be happy. We found them. Whew. That wore me out. It's fine. I can't even tell if anybody's watching on Facebook at this point. All right, let's see if it rolls back over to me. So my hope is that between these two videos, Kevin can put something together for me on Facebook. because you do get different camera angles. And then I told him, I said, what about an angle from above? And he's like, well, above you're not really working on stuff from the top, but I am working on stuff in the middle. So I don't know. I've got one more of these to make. So we will review and revisit all the things. Thanks for tapping the screen. You guys almost have me to 10,000. I appreciate that. We're almost done too, which is exciting. We're almost done with this design. I just had to add, which I had a feeling I might. Like I said, these flowers have to meet their floral destinies. That is what they were purchased for, so they must be used. So now I'm going to go in with these beauties and place them anywhere there is a gap from the bottom. So if you don't know me, I have, okay, let me just give you a spiel, okay? I'm Claudia Ellis. I'm located about 20 miles west of Nashville. So whenever I'm asked where I'm from, I just say Nashville. It's just easier that way. I'm a mom. I have 2 daughters, both in their 20s. One is getting married. That is what this is for. This is for my girl that's getting married. I have been married 26 years to my husband, Kevin, who I met online in 1998. The dial-up days. That is when I met my husband. I lived in South Florida. He lived in Nevada. So remember the movies, You've Got Mail and those type of things where online stuff was just starting out? Yeah, that's basically our story. We are empty nesters. And in that empty nesting stage of life, I found wreath making. I was asked by a friend why I wasn't selling online. And to be honest, the reason I wasn't at the time was because I had no idea how to ship. I was like, listen, when stuff leaves my hands, how am I supposed to trust that it's going to get where I want it to get, right? And wreaths are big, right? Wreaths are big. So I was like, how the heck am I going to do that? Well, lo and behold, I joined a few teaching groups that taught me everything I needed to know about shipping. And that was super helpful and beneficial. Super, super helpful and beneficial. All right, friends, let's see if we can get a bird's eye view. I'm going to take the Facebook down and around. And then I am going to slowly spin Now, all those gap areas that you see the pool noodle in, the filler I'm going to use there is I'm going to cut up the eucalyptus smaller to fill all of that in. This is actually helping me a lot in being able to see what I need to work on. And because Facebook is delayed, I have to remember that I have to slow down how I move so that I can actually see what it's doing. All right, good stuff. Good stuff, super exciting, happy for that. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, so now there's a lot that's already covered. So now I have all of this to use. So now it's just a matter of filling it in where it makes sense. Doesn't matter if there's two buds that are the same that are together, because nature grows how nature grows, right? It doesn't say, wait, there's a flower there, I can't be there. No, it just says, move out of my way, here I come. So just remember that. Flowers go where flowers want to go. They don't ask permission. I want to see how you're seeing it on TikTok. Let's see. Woof. There we go. Oh, it looks good. That looks good. That looks really good over there. Thrilled for it. Oh my. It's so pretty. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I love it too. I'm very proud of this. All right. We're filling in anywhere we see obvious places that things need to be, because the look, you'll see it from the side and you'll see it from the bottom. So those are my focuses right now, is where are things going to be seen and at what angle are they going to be seen at. There. Just making sure I haven't missed any comments over on Facebook. Needs to be not hair in my face. Small bud. So my husband measured the other one I had made of these, and it ended up being 42.5 inches across. And he goes, did you just now realize that you don't have a box big enough. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I realized I don't have a box big enough. So we'll get creative. We'll get creative with how we transport. I will share the journey, I promise. Because I know I'd be curious. I'd be like, how the heck did they end up doing all of that? How the heck did they get it from point A to point B? So I will share the journey. I will share the journey. Let's see. What else do I have? Just being intentional with my pieces, guys, that's all. Because you're creating the romantic feeling, right? Doesn't this scream romance to you? Does it scream like it's romantic? Because that's what I want. I want it to be super romantic. I think I'm gonna have to stick on there. Super romantic. Ooh. Uh-huh. I feel so aggressive. Get in there. Do what I ask. Do what I make you do. It's fine. Hey, Tammy. How are you? You know, I'm just over here getting aggressive with flowers. You know, normal Saturday. Just over here doing the thing. So how did you spend your Saturday? Well, I was just aggressive with flowers. This stuff just ruins your nails. It just does. It just does. Yep. Alright, this little area is a little bit sparse. So we're going to add. How much would it cost to ship one to Texas? I don't know. I can look because I'm thinking it's gonna have to. It measures 42 inches. This measures 42 inches. This is for my daughter's wedding. So these are going to be in my daughter's wedding. So how much this is, I haven't even factored the cost. I pulled all the tags, and that's my next step, is to factor what it cost material-wise for this. And then because I knew somebody would be asking, but I have to find a box, or like I'm figuring that I'd probably have to take two 24-inch boxes and kind of make a box. That's what I'm thinking I might have to do if I'm going to ship it. And then it's like the wisteria, like it would have to be shipped on its head because that's not where any of the flowers are. Yeah. It can be done. It just might be expensive. I don't want this cover in there. Ha. Found it. But it would not surprise me if people would want these made for them. It would not surprise me. And could it be made smaller? Absolutely. She's like, it's huge. I'm like, yes, ma'am. It certainly is. All right, I have a spot. This will work in. Let's not trip over the mat. There we go. Much better. All the little details. All right, outside is done. It looks glorious. Now I gotta check on the bottom. Yep, just as pretty, but I got some pieces I can hang down there. All right, I'm gonna put a clip on it to mark it, and that way I can spin around and make sure that everything has filling. Beautiful, beautiful, so pretty. This one I need. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with going through, making some minor adjustments. Now, will people see it? Probably not, but I will. All right. We are good. Now we are going to just go in here and just make sure that we have some interest because this is what people are going to see, is the bottom. That one's good. Some color. I'm sticking in a few of these pieces. Come here, camera. I'm over here now. Doesn't want to hang out over here. So I'm putting these pieces in. And adding some color underneath. And those are the kind of details that you have to focus on, is what are people going to have their eye drawn to? What are they going to see? And when I'm in here, I get a little bit claustrophobic now that it's full. Liz was saying earlier that she would get dizzy. No, I get a little claustrophobic. But I highly encourage anybody that wants to try this to give it a whirl. You'd be surprised. Because then all of a sudden you're offering something that people haven't necessarily seen before. And all of a sudden they're party planning or they're gift giving or whatever it is that they can now see. Adding this. And the great thing about this is it can be used more than once. Woohoo! All right, guys. Your friend is melting. Your friend is quite literally melting. So I appreciate you hanging out with me today, spending this time with making this floral chandelier. I have one more to make, and depending on how the filming of this went will determine when it gets up on YouTube. So I'm glad that I was able to do this with you. I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will catch you online in the future. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I have to figure out. You too, Miss Liz. Thanks for hanging out, Liz. I appreciate you.